The problem with video games. Hello, you all. I'm Diana Brienne. Well, when I was growing up, and I'm 62 years old, when I was growing up, we didn't have much in the way of any kind of video games. We had pinball machines, we went bowling, we played outside, things of that nature. I think the biggest problem that I remember parents saying was that children were addicted to the television, or as they called it, the boob tube. And being that we only got one or two channels when I was smaller, before cable actually came about, that wasn't really a big problem like it is today. I think for me personally, and raising my children, I always limited television, and I most certainly limited computer games. And the few computer games that they did get were very G-rated. So they were really healthy type of things where they could learn from. I remember one when they were little called Reader Rabbit, and that was how they learned. So yes, they did get computer games, but not to excess, and it usually had involved a learning process of some sort. But I think today's society, both with adults and teenagers and young children, I think that a lot of people have taken it over the edge and way beyond where it should be. Computer game addiction, I think, is probably a real addiction. I don't know. I'm not an expert in it at all, but I do think that it can be very addicting to a person's personality. I know adults that are addicted to their iPhones playing a computer game. And of course, we see people walking around staring down at their iPhone or their smartphone or their computer or whatever. And not all of it is for business or communication or whatever. A lot of it is for playing games. And I think that sometimes people can also get overloaded, even on good stuff, even on things that we learn. I believe that our brains can go into overload, and I believe that our brains need to rest and recharge in order for us to be able to effectively do the things that truly matter in our lives. And I believe overloading ourselves with computer games or too much access on the internet can be detrimental. Of course, like I said, this is only my opinion as a mom and as a 62-year-old. I'm not an expert in this field, but I believe just common sense tells a person that if you're dedicating all that time to playing computer games, you're probably not out there exercising, you're probably not working on a project, you're probably not out building your best life. Because when we're interacting with an apparatus, so to speak, we're likely not interacting with other people, at least not face to face. The way old-fashioned board games used to do. I still play board games. I still play board games with my family, and we love it. We have so much fun. I limit TV. I personally don't watch much TV, if any, at all. My kids do watch sports and a few other shows. I think that most kids in my kids' age, which are in their early young adults, I think social media happens to be a big thing. And I think that can often be carried way too far as well. People get addicted to social media, and it's not just kids and teenagers, it's adults as well. Some people begin to live their lives through social media rather than have an in-person life as well. I think if most people put their focus on their in-person life as much as they do their virtual life, I think that they would probably see amazing results in their in-person life. I believe in having both. I love having a virtual presence, but I put my main focus on my in-person life. And so for me, I don't play computer games. That just doesn't interest me. I'm more into reading a good book. I do like to listen to some videos online when they're informative, but even that I limit. I'm a person who's very big into reading and even more so into writing of late. And I lead a very full life. I exercise, I take care of myself, I cook, I paint, I write. I just do all kinds of things. And if I were playing video games or if I was on social media constantly, I would probably be neglecting those areas of my life. So for me, my thoughts on video games is that if one is going to play them, play the right kind of video games, healthy-minded type of video games, if there is such a thing. Perhaps learning videos, learn a new language. Interact, learning a new language if you're going to interact with the computer solely and not with other people. And learn something through the computer. Make it work for you rather than you work for it, rather than it taking away your energy and your time. We're only given so much time, and just like anything else, we can wear out. And if we spend too much time on virtual media, on video games, or even in front of television, it can exhaust us and even, I think, agitate us. And so for me, I just limit my time with any of those kinds of things. Or like I said, with video games, I don't spend any time doing those. And so consider how video games apply in your life. To what level? Is it a healthy level, or do you consider maybe it's borderlining or even unhealthy? And consider, possibly making the changes that would be in your best benefit in regards to social media, video games, or even television. Well, from my house to yours, God bless you, and make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.